Black Hat Up is live.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4Caps Killer. So, let's do this review. And the way I'm going to do this review, it's going to be very honest and unbiased. Okay? And the one thing you guys need to understand, that this is coming from someone who actually had adopted and tried every VR headset. Yes, even since the development kit 1 and 2 and 3 from Oculus, while the Lucky Palmer was in charge, I've been testing everything from Gear VR, Samsung, to development kit, to HTC Vive, Oculus Rift when it was originally launched, from this, PlayStation VR, Windows Mixed Reality headset, Mirage Lenovo Solo, Dell Visor by Windows Mixed Reality headset. So I have tried every VR headset, so therefore I know exactly what VR looks like, what it feels like. I have first-hand experience with the VR headsets, and if you guys want me to do a video to show you how many VR headsets I have, I'll be more than happy to do that. Now, the reason I say this is because I want you guys to understand that this is coming from someone who is not a fanboy. Okay, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy of anything. I'm just trying to give you an honest, unbiased point of view. PlayStation VR. What do I think about PlayStation VR in general? I think it's a good experiment, and I think that it has succeeded. I think that the PlayStation VR experiment for 2 years now, since 2016, has been successful. I think they have successfully proved to everyone that yes, you can actually do a virtual reality on a console, and it can be successful. Now, is it the best VR experience? Of course not. HTC Vive is the best VR experience, but I think what PlayStation VR shows us here, it shows us that yes, we could do Call of Duty, we can do Battlefield here. Granted, we might have to create a little bit better VR headset with a better tracking, a higher resolution, higher field of view. I get that, but it's a good experiment. Yes, I know it only sold 3 million units. It's nowhere near enough to attract the masses. I get that, I understand that. But I think this game, and even Gran Turismo Sport, proves that yes, we can actually make a game that can run smooth on the online multiplayer first-person shooter. And I'm really impressed by what developers of these games were able to do. The First Contact Entertainment, is that what's it called? I'm really impressed to see what they were able to do with this game. Considering that they're using the eye camera tracking. Yes, I made a video where I was judging this game based on the video, but of course I also made a video where I admitted I was wrong about that, because you know, you can judge a VR based on the looking at the video. You have to really you have to try this yourself in order for you to understand what the VR feels like. And I think that's something that a lot of people need to do. They need to put the VR headset on to understand how well it is. Let's talk about this game. It's a pretty simple multiplayer game. You have 4-on-4. You have to go and hack into a firewall and disrupt the firewall. You're gonna either play the attacking or you're gonna play defending. Obviously, I'm doing this solo without the multiplayer now. You can do this to kind of get familiar with the maps, which I recommend that you do this and train. But I think what makes this game so unique, it's a unique multiplayer that it has. It really reminds me of Rainbow Six. It has that Rainbow Six style to it. You do have time that runs out. You have to do this in a certain period of time. And you also have this little device where you can see where you are. Now let's talk about
People hire you for that? Contract
the tracking.
revoked.
What's so appealing about this game is the tracking. You know, that was my only concern about the Firewall 0 Hour, and I said, hopefully the tracking, it's good, hopefully it's smooth, and thank God that the tracking, it's smooth and it runs good. And I'm happy to report that the tracking, it's very smooth. As you can see here on my character, they really did a great job with the tracking. And yes, you have to get the aim controller, guys. Yes, you can play this on a dual shock controller, but it's not the same thing. If you truly want to experience this game, you have to get the aim controller. This game was designed for the aim controller, and it works the best with the aim controller, so you need to get the aim controller. I highly recommend that you get the aim controller. Now let's talk about the tracking. I was really blown away with the fact that they were able to have such a smooth tracking with the eye camera. Because as I said earlier, PlayStation VR doesn't have the super great, super awesome tracking, you know, because it uses the eye camera. But what I have experienced here with this game, it shows me that if developers put a lot of effort and a lot of time, they can utilize that eye camera tracking, and it can be a much better experience. But what's so cool about this game? What's so cool about this game? It's the multiplayer. This is where the fun comes in. You get to play 4-on-4 against the other team. You get to communicate with the other team. You can do private matches with the other people, the people whom you know. You can select a private match and have fun. I would highly suggest that you play with someone you know. Get a group of people, group of friends, and play together. You don't want to play random multiplayer with someone you don't know, because you don't know who you're going to bump into. The best thing to do is play a private match with the people to whom you know, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. I already created my own team. I already have my team of 4 people that I met and we became friends. So this is the fun aspect, and I think this is what it's going to appeal to a lot of people. And this is where I think a lot of people might think about maybe getting the VR headset this holiday season. Okay, especially if there's a discounted price. Because of the social experiment, because of the social experience. Okay, this is a very social multiplayer VR game. And I am glad that it's successful. I'm glad that it's getting solid reviews, because this will only evolve this game. Now, if developers can reach that quota, and if Sony can reach that quota, where they need to achieve a certain level of sales, because remember, at the end of the day, it's business, guys. They have to reach certain sales in order for this game to evolve, in order for them to run the server. They have to reach certain number of quota, certain number of sales. And this is promising, because I think they should be able to reach certain numbers of sales. The reviews are very solid, and here I am, even me here, it's helping out somebody who is unbiased and somebody whose channel is not even dedicated for PlayStation VR, but here I am giving you unbiased, independent look and view into it. I'm sure with my 25,000 subscribers, when they see this, they'll share it and they'll say, hey, maybe we should give this a try. And one thing I want to say is this: you cannot judge VR based on a video, a 2D video. It's impossible for someone to make an opinion, and this is where I made the mistake, and this is where I made an apology video where I said I was wrong. You can't, out of all the people, I should have known that, you can't judge a VR by looking at it through video. You have to experience it. You have to keep it in your hands, the same controller. You have to put the VR headset on to truly understand the immersion, okay? But having said that, the one thing I didn't appreciate, even though I was wrong about that video, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I was wrong, if I was right. The point being was, that was my opinion. That was my worry. I was genuinely being worried, and I had my opinion about it. But the way some of the PlayStation VR fanboys went after me, they were being so disrespectful to me, writing me a love and peace letter of biblical testament saying how I'm misinformed, I'm fake, my channel is fake. Look, stuff like that, guys. I have zero tolerance for people like that, for individuals like that. You will never ever get any support from me. You will never ever get any love from me. You will be blocked forever. Period. I have zero sympathy for individuals like that. Okay? You can respect my opinion, but you don't have to agree with it. You can disagree with me, but you can disagree with me in a respectful, polite manners. Just like PlayStation VR without parole came in and they were being very genuine. Obviously they didn't agree with my point of view, but you know, he was being respectful, and he said maybe you should check your camera and maybe you should buy a different camera, and I did. There was a fault with the camera. There were some issues with the camera, but he was respectful. The point being is he was respectful, and I think he's the best channel to go to look at the VR, PlayStation VR games. Okay, so that's what I want to see. I want to see people disagree with me, but in a more respectful manners. When you come to my channel and you're being disrespectful and you're trying just to shit on my channel for the sake of you liking your plastic, that's not cool, man. And meaning we're never going to be friends. I'm never going to support you. You know, after that, it's over, as it should be, you know. So, having said that, yes, I was wrong. And thank God that I was wrong. And thank God that the game is running smooth. But like I said, the one aspect of this game that's going to appeal to a lot of people, it's going to be the multiplayer. That's where the fun comes in with this game. The multiplayer, the more maps, the more DLCs, the more customizations, all of these elements are going to make this game evolve. Okay? And of course, you playing with your teammates, it's going to make this even better.
Today's marching orders.
Okay, so now I'm defending. See, now I'm not going after them, I'm defending. So I'm going to chill out here. I'm going to defend this. You can also put booby traps and stuff like that if you have it. Like the mines and whatnot. But I haven't unlocked it yet. I haven't unlocked it, so I don't have it. Okay. And it's also really important that you guys make sure that you do a proper calibration. Oh, there he is. Let's do a proper calibration on this game. You have to do a proper calibration. If you don't do a proper calibration, the game, it's not going to work well.
Hostile eliminated.
You make sure that your camera is 6 feet away. Make sure you properly calibrate.
Hostile retired.
The aim controller and the camera and the VR headset. Make sure that everything is properly calibrated. So first step you should do is calibration. You have to make sure that your VR headset is properly calibrated. Once you have your VR headset calibrated, once you have that space, then you're truly going to appreciate this game. But this game, hands down, has the most smoothest. See how I made a headshot? The most smoothest tracking that I have seen on the PlayStation VR. This is by far even better than Farpoint. I mean, really, I'm really impressed by what they were able to achieve here. They really created a smooth experience. So this is great. This is a good news. And like I said, I'm happy. I'm glad that this is successful. I'm glad. And I said that. I have a video. If you guys search for me about the Firewall 0 Mr. 4K, you will see a video where I did a video 2 months ago where I said, I hope it's successful. I hope that it's successful. Because if this game becomes successful, then guess what? This will only help this game evolve. It's going to attract more people. I mean, more people are going to buy this game, more people are going to play it. All right? And that's good. That's good news for us who own the PlayStation VR, and that's good news for developers and Sony. It means they're going to invest into more maps, they're going to invest into more DLCs, more customizations, different types of death matches, whatever they're going to have on there, you know, maybe capture the flag or all for one or, you know, free for all, whatever they might do, you know, I don't know. They might even expand it to 8 players, 8 versus 8 or something, I don't know. Who knows what they might do. But this is a good news. And yes, the aim controller is the best way to play this game. You gotta have the aim controller. If you don't have the aim controller, it's just not gonna be the same. And that's really important to remember. So like I said, it's a very simple multiplayer game, 4-on-4. The best way to describe this game is like Rainbow Six. It's like Special Weapons and Tactics, SWAT. It's really like a Rainbow Six in VR. And I know some people will hate the fact that I'm using that comparison, but it's really like Rainbow Six in VR. So Ubisoft, here's your chance, man. Jump on this bandwagon and do it. This also is promising because we can see SOCOM Navy SEALs come back on PlayStation VR.
1 minute remaining.
You know, I think easily we can see SOCOM US Navy SEAL come back with the aim controller here. And yes, you do have a little like a device here where you can see how much time you have. 46 seconds. You have to defend this laptop. You can see yourself here, and you can see where the enemy is coming from. You always look at that. Make sure you look at this right here. So I got what? I got 32 seconds. I have to defend this.
30 seconds remaining.
They have to come back. They have to come here. You know, they have to do it. Come on, come on, come on. Did I kill all of them? That's it, there's no more? Or there's some more? Dude, I think I killed all of them, dude. Yeah, I wiped them all out. How cool that is. 10 seconds remaining. There's 8 seconds left. That's it. We successfully achieved this. It's over. That's it. Fulfilled.
You certainly know your
there you
onions.
go.
Contract fulfilled.
Mission fulfilled.
Initiating
It's
crypto
done.
payments now.
It's over. And this is how I wanted to do this review for you guys. So, I don't know if there's anything else I can say. I think I covered pretty much everything. I explained how the game works, what type of multiplayer it is. I talked about my experience with it, and I also mentioned, you know, I had to mention the PlayStation VR fanboys, you know, because it was totally disrespectful the way they went after me, you know, just simply because I formed an opinion. You know, it's not like that was a fact. I was just stating the opinion. And I said I hope I'm wrong. That video that I deleted, I even said I hope I'm wrong. And thank God that I was wrong. Okay? But for somebody to come to my channel and just discredit everything that I do, even though my channel is not about PlayStation VR, it's strictly for the 4K and HDR and resolutions and stuff like that. But I really didn't appreciate some of the YouTubers out there whom I blocked. They came on my channel and they started shitting just because of the sake of their plastic, you know. If you truly love this plastic, if you truly care about your plastic, you need to look at it from an fanboyistic point of view. You need to look at it from a realistic point of view. All right, how is this PlayStation VR headset doing? Okay, it only sold 3 million units. Well, that's not enough. Okay, it needs to sell more. I have more views than what the Sony has sold on PlayStation VR headsets. I got 12.9 million views. I'm gonna hit 13 million views in total on my channel. And here I am, person who owns the aim controller, person who owns the headset, who actually it's unbiased, who is not a fanboy. I am giving you a solid review, meaning more and more people will see this. More people will see this video because I do have 25,000 subscribers and I'm still growing, and this will reach more people out there. And I do want to spread the word to tell everyone if you want to buy a PlayStation VR headset, this is the one game to go with. You will not be disappointed. But I do recommend that you get the aim controller. You have to play this with the aim controller. And you cannot judge PlayStation VR based on YouTube videos. You have to put the VR headset on. You have to experience it. That's the only way to do it. You have to put a good pair of headphones as well, so you can get that nice VR audio experience as well. You have to try VR. You cannot judge VR based on the video. You cannot look at the video and say, oh, this kind of sucks. No. You have to put the VR headset on, and then you'll understand how immersive it is. I'm speaking this for the people who are still on the fence. People who haven't tried the PlayStation VR. And PlayStation VR, it's probably the cheapest way to go. If you already own the PlayStation 4 console, this is the cheapest way to go into VR. Okay? PC is expensive. For you to run the Oculus Rift, you gotta have a really good PC that's like $800, $1,000. So you gotta spend $1,000 just for the PC. And then you gotta buy the VR headset, which is $400. So right there you're looking at $1,400 plus tax, $1,500 just to start Oculus Rift and the PSVR gaming. I'm not saying that PSVR is the best way to go. Oculus Rift is the best way to go. Not only do they have their own exclusives like Marvel Powers United, but at the same time they have more developers on the Steam VR, and Steam VR got a lot of VR games. So yes, the PC is the best VR experience. As a matter of fact, HTC Vive is the best VR experience. With the games like Pavlov and Onward, okay, it's a more virtual experience. But for a console, if you're somebody who has a console and you don't want to spend $1,500 just to get into VR on a PC, the PlayStation VR, it's a good entry level for you to start the VR, to get your feet wet. If you never experienced VR, I think PlayStation VR, it's a good entry level for you to get your feet wet. Alright guys, I think I said enough here, and I think I helped. Hopefully this video helps this game. Hopefully you guys will share this video, and this video will be shared so more people can hear about my opinion, because this is coming from somebody who it's not dedicated for VR. And I think more people will appreciate video like this that's coming from somebody who is not dedicated for VR. But it's giving you a really good, solid review. Why? Because it is good. If this wasn't good, I wouldn't have a problem saying it's bad. But it is good. And the hype was true. It is good. It feels good. Feels great. You can tell developers really spend a lot of time and effort to make sure that this is done right. So congratulations to the First Entertainment developers. I think that's the name, First Entertainment Network or something. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you appreciate my honest point of view. And if you disagree with me, that's okay. You can disagree with me, but you should do it in a more adult, mature, respectful, polite way. That's all I'm saying. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.